Hello, and welcome to this final boss fight livestream of Tomb of Annihilation. My name is John, and I'm the GM, and I am joined by the Spirit of Tanny. There we go.
Yay.
I am also joined by Sean,
Uh-oh.
who is feeling 100% healthy and alive. Ben is also here.
Hello.
Maddie is also here.
Hello.
Sammy
Hey all.
It's a person.
is a person.
Okay, so the rest of us aren't
That's-
persons, okay.
That's up to debate still, guys. We still don't know that.
Okay, yes, Scar is also here. Thank you, Sean.
No, just drop it. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna remember fucking thing.
It's not gonna work, I'm afraid.
His identity has already been compromised.
He never forgets for Kaboom, but for me, it's gone.
This is why I can't be friends with the Justice League. They won't have me.
I mean, if you go directly to the president, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne was, for fuck's sake.
Hi, I'm streaming with Clark Kent. Oh, fuck. Sean says hello to everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
We are here to discuss the fact that I'm not friends with the Justice League and also play Dungeons and Dragons. Mostly the second one. When last this group of people met up, you were exploring the Tomb of Annihilation. You ventured down to the second floor. Tanny is friends with Merlin and Arthur and the rest of the Knights of the Round Table.
The knights of the round table, they dance whenever able.
Let's not go there, it's a silly place. We ventured down into the second floor of the tomb and explored a room. You were attacked by a large group of skeletons, but upon bowing to no one, Seraphine managed to deactivate the traps in the room, and you escaped with some treasures. There was some gold items as well as an amulet of health, which Seraphine has put on and attuned to, causing their constitution score to shoot up to 19 while they are attuned to the amulet, and giving them 32 more points of health, which is very nice.
Yeah, because she was getting, like, hit once and then, like, nearly dying, so...
You
Actually,
ventured...
had at least 2 hits.
Yeah. You ventured into a room where all metallic items were very rapidly magnetically drawn to one end, and if they touched the shield at that end, they disintegrated. Upon placing all of the metallic items within the bag of holding, you managed to get through that room and into the room you had seen a skeleton flee into, whereupon Seraphine released a powerful dissonant whispers that instantly exploded the skeleton into a million pieces, leaving behind its head, which has a peculiar metallic protrudence bolted to it. You gathered around the magical fountain in the middle of the room. Romad drank from the waters of the fountain and instantly took a vast amount of necrotic damage. You then decided that now would be a very good time to go for a long rest.
Yes.
And so you, in the room with the fountain, you've got one entrance, one exit to the room, so you get the feeling that this could be a very well-defended room.
Yes.
John?
I don't like dealing necrotic damage any more than I like dealing any other kinds of damage, Jeff. I'm not biased.
John,
Yes, Sammy.
Did you replace the API in making sure that the spell slots are back up to normal?
It should do.
Because I'm still having 0 second level spells.
Hi, Orichalcos Seal. It should be okay.
And Renala still has 0 fourth level spell.
Try casting a spell at a different level and seeing if it ticks down the spell slot. Nope.
Ah,
Nope,
banishment.
that's
Gotta
fuck
love
all.
banishment.
Right, bear with me. I'm going to go and kick the API. You might need to refresh.
All hail API.
Better API.
I need to work out which of the APIs is breaking, but it doesn't actually tell me. It just gives me an error message of a thing was not defined. But it doesn't tell me in which of my...
against the thingy that is going wrongy.
It doesn't tell me which of the APIs is not working, just that one of them is not.
Is it the printer? Usually the printer doesn't work.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
I tried giving it sausages. I hear it likes sausages.
While my game reloads, who is taking the first watch of the night?
I'm happy to jump in the first watch.
Oh, and
Anyone else?
if Tanny says anything while I'm reloading the game, you'll need to tell me.
Danny asked him.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh.
Danny
Two of
asked,
us tried to hear Danny's voice, so...
Danny has asked if you have tried threatening to punch it.
Of course, that's how I solve all my problems. I'm now back in the game.
Then we are fresh out of ideas, John.
I have a question. Did we end up hitting the long rest
Uh,
button?
I did.
when
some
we
of you
went
did,
last
and
time?
some of you didn't.
Then I will click it now just to be safe. Let's see if anything actually reset.
I don't
well,
have a long rest button.
I will re-click it just to see if it resets the thingies.
You don't need
Benny.
one, Ben.
And it did.
I don't know. I can't remember if I clicked the button or not.
Shall I just do it manually there, John?
I just did it for you.
Ah, thank you.
And my connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything I do now, they will attempt to do when I get back again, so...
Great.
They will be held against you in a court of law.
Oh,
I mean,
and now
they
I've just
say
had
the same
all of the
questions.
messages come in. Cool.
Squiggly wiggly.
Went,
John.
went okay for Romad.
There's no long rest button for Renala, so if you could just sort out the spell slots.
1 minute, I think I can just very quickly copy and paste a long rest button for Renala.
Could be cool.
Who has a good long rest? Sean has a good long rest. Let's... so who's taking the first watch with Riordan? Romad would like to. So for the first watch, would you guys like to give would one of you like advantage, or would you like to roll separately?
What do you think?
Well,
Shall we just both roll separately and we'll see what...
Renala should now have a long rest.
says Romad.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll roll separately. So, just a perception check.
Yes, please.
I think your long rest button did not work from the amount of failure messages I just received.
Oh no, that's just because I copied it from Sean, and Sean has an awful lot of other things that reset.
I do.
on a short rest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 failure messages from this.
That can go away. That one can go away.
But congratulations, it worked.
I mean, it will still work, it just will not be able to find some of the things. So, Riordan, you got someone waiting back home for you?
Oh, well, I really don't have a home anymore. I kind of left all that lot behind.
Things are pretty quiet within the tomb. You just hear the
Clickety-clack of the keys.
bubbling of the water. Does anybody want to go get dragon bait?
I think we parted last time saying
Did
that
you-
we would get him.
Did you go get dragon bait?
Yes,
Okay.
we did.
Yeah.
I just
Dragon
never-
bait smells of lemons.
Oh, yay.
He's happy to because he's with French.
I see. What about places you want to visit again?
Surprisingly, there have been many places which I hold down. For the sake of what happens to me, I've never really connected with everyone. They don't seem to be different. I hear everyone likes to
Philippe,
settle.
get back in the room.
I hear like everyone likes to settle, but I've never been that way. Never understood people the way they think I should. Does that make any sense?
It does.
There was just one. I feel so sorry for her. It was. Grossa. Grossa was her name. And I suppose out of anyone, she's one of the only people I've ever missed. And the only few which I've ever had a connection with, and I didn't even notice. Why did you write that down, Gro?
I figured people might like the spelling.
Yeah.
Right.
I heard crosser like CROSSER.
What was she like, Grossa?
She was kind. Scared at first, but very kind. I'd been on a little mission of sorts, to try and help out a small town which had gone by. They thought that it was these goblins, and it turned out it wasn't. Not at all. They didn't. They had nothing to do with it. But when I came across her, she was tattered and torn up by a damn wall from the outside. I saved her. And not too long after that, she saved me. Well,
Bless you.
not as poor now.
Sorry, Tanny. I muted it for the stream, but I was not fast enough for muting both.
I wasn't fast enough.
I was not fast enough. Romad will say, poor lass.
Yes, to start off with. But she accompanied me on several journeys. And she didn't speak any common, and I didn't really speak Goblin, to be honest, but we taught each other enough. I showed her how to fight, how to look after herself.
Romad questions. Goblin?
Oh, yes. You'd be amazed. Every race, just because of a race, gets a bad rep, but these ones were quite lovely, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I wish I knew that there was a marriage proposal in there as well, but hey ho.
I'm slightly hoping the... There we go. I kind of knew this one was coming, but Romad says, "You're married?"
Officially, by Goblin law, yes. I didn't know we were getting married. I just thought it was a little party of sorts. It was so nice. Asked me up. I thought it was because I'd saved her. But no, I found that one out far too late. I think it broke her heart.
Ah, I
Pretty
see.
sure it broke her heart.
Romad looks down.
I didn't wish to do anything like that to her. She didn't deserve that. We parted at that point, but she said that she'd always be looking over me. But if ever I changed my mind, I'll say one thing.
Would you ever want...
What's that?
Would you ever want to try and find her again? It sounds like you really cared for her.
I didn't realize how much I cared for her until I left. My fear, though, is that for what I am, for what's within me, I couldn't place that curse on anyone. Perhaps you'd be better without me. But then again, with you lot, you've come to show me that this...
You and I are on the same boat, to be fair.
Oh, yes. How so, my friend?
The fountain just continues to burble away.
Bubble, 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 bubble.
I can see it's difficult. I see it's difficult to bring the right across your face, and I understand that.
I'm in love with someone. An old friend. But he wouldn't be able to accept me for what I had done.
I know you place a lot of burden upon yourself. A lot of burden upon yourself. But what you did was understandable. I know you don't want to hear that, but it was. It was a mistake. I'm sure they'd understand. Reardon at this point is going to pull out 2 beers and hands one over. Regular beers, not anything special.
Just alcohol.
And then the 2 watchmen turn into sheeps.
You know, corner shop shit, that kind of...
I had hope for my journey. I would have paid for what I had done. I'm forgiven by my family and sister when this curse is over. I had hoped that I would be forgiven by my family and sister when this curse is over.
Ramad, I've talked to your sister many a time. Your sister holds no ill will against you. As far as she's concerned, you're the only one holding this. And if seeing this through will help you alleviate some of that pressure, she hopes it will. She really does. But she sees nothing wrong. You have done nothing wrong. You tried to save her.
I know, and I'm grateful. It does help me more than I had hoped for.
Then we'll see this through together. And we'll help you fully. And who knows, maybe he will take a turn for you. Perhaps you shadow yourself in such a poor light that you don't realize how good you really are.
Amy says, I turned up at the mention of Goblin Wife.
It's a bit of history.
Maybe if this curse is over, I can finally heal. I did want to settle down. I had hoped if Eric would accept me.
There's only one way to find out. But the first part is we have to get out here alive. So we might as well take down the curse while we're here.
That big blue idiot. That grin always gets me through the day.
Yeah. It's amazing how you remember those details. I remember with Gross, there was just a twinkle in her eye as she looked at me. I don't know whether it was out of confusion, but it's those little things. You gotta hold on to those little things. They'll help you through a lot more than just the day.
Annihilation.
Takes a swig of the beer. Has no effect.
I do think you should go back. I still see hope in you. Drinks the beer.
I tell you what, I'll make you a deal, here and now. When we get out of this, not even if, when we get out of this, we will find our better halves. You and me. What do you say?
Deal.
Clink the bottles. There.
And with that, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Who is taking the second watch?
Can do.
The fan is taking the second watch.
Who would like to take the second watch with Theodas?
Excuse me.
I can take the second watch if no one else wants to.
Okay. So Seraphine and Theodas wake up. Would one of you like to roll perception with advantage, or would you like to both?
I got a +9 in perception.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him advantage. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I have a 1. There we
Now,
go.
that's a bad roll for me.
It's not a great roll.
Honestly, it's probably better than what I would have done.
So the night starts out, or the middle of the night starts out fairly quiet. The fountain burbles.
How are you holding up?
About as good as one can in a tomb of death. I don't know, but this amulet is making me feel a bit more confident in my ability.
Yeah, it suits you. Goes well with what you have.
Yeah. How are you holding up?
I'm very much questioning myself.
Why's that?
I mean, I think it's not a secret for any of you guys that I never really joined this mission to deal with any kind of curse. My motives were very, very, very much more selfish than just that.
I mean, I can understand why. I mean, you guys showed up at my doorstep in Plep, and I helped you with what Quill needed help with, and then next thing I know, I'm here with you guys, and flash forward like a month and a bit, and now I'm in here, and I am terrified.
So am I. I'm wondering if we should really have brought you with us.
Why's that?
Well, you technically had nothing to do with this mission, but just minding your business. And we swooped in and took you with us to whatever this is.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, if you guys had led with, oh yeah, we're gonna go stop a curse of death that is probably, like, the key to stopping it is in, like, a giant tomb that will probably would have said no.
Mm.
But the initial thing was that we were both helping Quill, so I was like, okay. And then I got to know you guys, and you guys seemed like okay people, and then when you asked me to come along, I figured I wasn't really doing anything in Plep, so I thought it might be good for me to go along. I might put myself out there a bit more. And if I didn't come along with you guys, you wouldn't have known that I knew Renala, and you might have not have found her as soon as you did.
Oh, not at all.
I mean, I'd like to think that you would have found her someday, just maybe a bit after.
I don't know. Renana was going through the Fae. I don't know if it would have ever come to my mind that she might have been going there. I could have just wandered forever in Charles there and try and find her and find nothing. But now that we're here, it's just that, you know, I knew we could die road any day, but now that we're so close to finishing all this, it's just, it seems to me like the possibility that we won't make it is very, very much stronger.
At about the midpoint of your watch,
Oh, fuck.
you hear ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung.
Oh.
Heavy, metallic, regular ka-chung footfalls ka-chung, ka-chung,
Guys,
Yes.
coming from this way.
from which way?
Coming from what way?
Okay. Guys,
Guys, wake up.
I Reardon to wake him up. Because he's the
Go
closest
over
to
and-
me.
I go over and wake Romad and
Oh.
Tammy and Dragon Bait. Guys,
Tum,
Guys, wake up.
on alert.
tum.
We got company.
No one wakes Torin. Bye.
But us
Okay,
wakes Philip
fine.
and Torin after that.
Tum. Tum.
Romad,
Get in
there's
positions,
something-
guys. Get in
there's
position.
something out there. Just be prepared. I don't know what it is, but it's loud and it sounds metally and it just...
It's loud and scary.
Tum.
Shut up, Torin.
I prepare my bow. Whatever will come out of this corridor.
Tum.
I am just.
We never stopped that whole metal thing, did we?
Tum.
Nope.
What metal thing?
Tum.
What metal thing?
Statue.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
magnet.
all my stuff is.
True, it's
All my
metallic.
metals. Okay, all my metal stuff is currently in his sack. I'm gonna run out into the corridor and take a look. Ah, that's a big metal thing. I'm gonna run back in. There's a great big metal thing walking this way.
Tum.
Yeah, I figured
is
by
it?
the sound of the footsteps, really.
Tum.
what does it look like?
Hold on. If you look down this corridor now,
Oh,
yeah.
A large humanoid shape in heavy armor stands at the end of the corridor.
frick, 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 frick.
I think. By the way, Theodas would have made sure that Philip and Dragonbait would have gone in first line as well. Because tanks in first line seems to be a bit of a good idea.
It
I
does.
don't know.
And support characters like myself all at the back seems a very good idea.
Well, we can mix it up sometimes. That'd be fine.
Tum. Actually,
Oh.
1 minute.
It seems
Was he
to be
not even facing us?
walking away?
He is currently facing the statue at the end of the corridor.
Okay.
So
I'm going
guess
to
that-
roll his perception.
Can we roll a stealth?
You can roll a stealth roll.
Everyone roll good stealth, please.
Before you roll anything! Before you roll anything!
Oh wait, yeah, you got that spell. I mean, to be fair, Reardon should be fine.
So Reardon,
know.
Reardon rolled a 30.
Well, let's see.
What
if
is that?
can-
Plus 10. 24.
Let's see if that can save a stealth roll with disadvantage.
So 24, 19, 26, 22, 23.
I mean, he rolled a 5, so.
Yeah, he rolled really poorly. He doesn't have a good wisdom.
Yeah, thank God I got that spell that people just don't
Tum.
jump on the stuff
Tum.
before I can fucking do it.
Tung. 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 Tung.
Holy shit.
Tung.
It suddenly starts sounding like it's tap dancing.
It goes
Yeah, that
further
one doesn't go
away.
Too far.
It goes further away.
You just hear the sound of footsteps fading.
Which direction did he went to?
He walked down this corridor.
I didn't see any door down this corridor last time.
To be fair, we didn't really.
I checked it.
Right. Is that stealth still active there, John?
Yes.
Maybe he's magic. Maybe he's
Yeah, he-
going through walls.
I think he must be magic just to resist the fucking magnet of the room.
Make me a perception check.
That's true as well.
Everyone?
Everyone or Reardon?
Just Riordan.
Okay.
Actually, make that again, because I'll give you advantage, because he... There's... That's...
Nice.
You see there is a seam in the wall here
Oh.
that is closing, where the door, a door is hidden in the wall here, and with that roll, you also see a similar seam in the wall at the very end of the corridor.
Interesting.
What do I get
And,
a feeling
and they
he's
are
gonna...
both closing, are they?
This one is closing, and this one is closed. It doesn't look like he looks like he went this way, but you also notice a similar hidden door at the end of the corridor there.
Can I put my hand into the gap to see whether there's a way to stop it? Is it heavy? Is it something which is forcing my hand back?
No, it's as if he's just pushed the door closed. There is no
I'd like to
mechanism.
Can I take a peek down the corridor? Well, down through the gap then.
You may, and I will remove that door for you. Stairs descend down into darkness.
I try my best subtle, "Hey guys, look over here," without trying to to yell. I don't really want to get the other guy back. Can anyone
You-
see me at this point?
Animatedly wave, Taurin, Dragonbait, Philippe, and Romad. I mean, everybody's kind of just looking in that general direction.
Yeah.
Is it dark?
It would be dark.
Then
So-
I see nothing.
Taurin
Taurin.
sees the blackness. How far away is he from you?
Distance.
He is just on the edge of
Yeah.
what you can see Theodas,
Yeah.
but everybody can just see Riordan in the distance, waving and pointed animatedly down at a wall from where you can see.
A wall which I currently have my hand in.
Why
A
do I
wall that his hand is inside.
Should we join him? I don't know. Because, like, it's still nighttime.
This is a shit idea.
It is still nighttime and you technically have not had your long rests yet.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
pretty much still exhausted.
Is there any way we could maybe put something in
Hang on.
the doorway to keep it open so we can check it in the morning? Preferably not.
As a test, I am going to let go of the door,
Yep.
let it close, and then see if I can push it open again.
It opens. Let me double check. Let me double check that for a real fast second here.
Let me check.
I'm not sure you want to check that.
Oh,
really
I don't.
want to check that.
I don't want to check that.
If he doesn't check it, he'll just assume that it locks and spikes shoot out of the walls.
Let's see. You look at the wall, and there is a skeletal motif on the wall, and about where you would put the door handle for a door, there is a skull, and you just kind of reach down and grab the jaw and pull it, and it opens. The door is not locked, it is just hidden, and they rely on the fact that it is a hidden door, not a locked door.
For the sake of the door at the very end of the corridor, can I see something similar there?
Let me have a real fast look at what is down there. Because that is a different level of the tomb.
Really?
That's how stairs work.
No. This one. You said there
Oh,
was
yes.
another door here.
That does work exactly the same.
Okay.
I thought you meant at the bottom of the stair.
No, not at the bottom of the stairs. Not just yet. I don't want to go chasing off the big boomy feet.
Romad sneaks up to you, Riordan.
Okay. There's a door there, and there's a door here. That one goes downstairs, and big boomy feet was going down there. This one I have no idea about. But I'm so tempted to take a look. But it might trigger something. but I'm so tempted to take a look. Oh, would a look be that harmful? Ah, yeah, I suppose you're right. Okay. We'll go back. Okay.
I mean, you haven't rested yet more than the others.
Yeah, that's true.
None of you have rested yet.
I mean, we did have like 2 or 3 hours of sleep.
You've had a couple of hours of sleep.
Okay, come on, Rabbit.
We've all
Let's go
partially
back.
rested.
Yes, but partially rested does
Does
under
not
terms.
count.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I am aware of this.
Everybody-
Come back online.
Everybody sneaks back to bed. The rest.
Do we resume our watch, or
Uh,
is there much of our watch left now?
There is technically another half of your watch left. If you wish to say anything further to each other, you are welcome to, or I will just let it pass peacefully.
Is there anything else Theodus wanted to say before the giant metal man?
I think as the people like go back to sleep, just Theodus would tap down again, look at Seraphine and be like, "Yeah, we're definitely gonna die."
Yeah, I'm gonna try and be a bit more positive than that. Also, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just liking that Sean says that, but Torin and Riordan have gone to bed on top of each other at the moment.
Yeah, on top of each other.
I went to the corner first.
You're comfortable.
It's my corner.
Theodus would just say to Seraphine, "If I don't make it, just
Don't say
make
that.
sure.
Don't say that. But continue.
If I don't make it, just make sure Renala makes it out of this place."
I will do so. And if I don't make it out of this place, and the other very rare, but I mean, who knows? I met your wife. If you do end up meeting Simon, apologize to him for me, please.
I will. And kick your father's face in as well.
Yeah. That's something I want to do when I get out of here. So here's to hoping we survive.
Dragonbait and Philippe will accept the final watch of the night.
For a very silent watch.
For a very quiet, anthropomorphic humanoid watch.
Wait, no. Let's listen to this.
Fuck yeah, I get to sleep all night.
I mean, you can join the anthro animal humanoid watch group if you like, Sean.
Considering neither one party, well, one of that little group can't talk, the other one isn't here. So,
I mean, I can make that Renala joins you, then you have partner to talk to, but there's 4 people for a watch seems a bit excessive.
fuck it, have Tiny join as well. Then we can all just Torin just kind of stood there looking really awkward, just going, weather, right?
Anyway, Torin, Riordan, and Theodas, in this final section of your night of first sleep within the tomb, Torin, for the first time since you arrived in Omu, your dreams are not about the destruction of Omu.
It's about the destruction of your group.
Just destruction of everything instead.
You actually have a nice, mostly restful night of calm dreams, with the exception of this evening you dream of being in the Shadowfell with Riordan and Theodas and a man in a black hood and a little girl in a green dress.
I wonder who that is.
You
Probably not important. So,
you dream of Briar and Talon, and you dream of the Raven Queen sending you on a mission. You dream of fighting a beholder and claiming a gem and recovering Briar's memories.
As I said, have her memories back 2 weeks before death. Lol.
Seraphine,
Lord. Oh,
you, however,
yes.
in this section of your slumber,
Yes.
uh,
If the night hag comes back, I'm gonna
actually,
throat punch her.
in this final section of sleep, following your watch with Theodas, you're having your normal dreams of whatever it is that Seraphine dreams about.
Just, I don't know. Really. Like,
Sweetness and light and, new song lyrics and things.
yeah, good things. And what
And-
fresh hell do you have for her?
And suddenly you find yourself walking in the banks of a river. And there are reeds. There are reeds around.
Okay, how high is the water?
It's just over. It's between ankle and knee deep.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
And as you are stood, your feet don't feel wet. It's not unpleasant.
That's good, I guess.
And you look up, and stood in front of you, the same height as you, which unnerves you a little bit, is a large bird with long legs and a long pointy beak. It is an iblis.
A what, a what?
An iblis. Where is an iblis? I'm sure I have a picture of an iblis.
Well, there's one stood right in front of me.
This is stood in front of you. Everybody else
It's so pretty.
is wondering why I just shared a picture of an iblis.
Probably. It's fine.
It draws itself up to its full majestic height, and it looks you in the eyes, and it says, in perfect common,
Okay.
"Why haven't you taken my power? Why haven't you let me in? I can help you.
Excuse me.
You have my amulet. Why don't you accept my power?"
Oh, this is your amulet. Oh, well.
I am Papazotl.
Oh, shit. Oh, you're Peppers also. Hi. Pleasure to meet you. Thought it was really crap what happened to you.
I quite agree.
Yeah. So I'm confused. I have attuned to it. What do you mean? Why haven't I accepted?
You have
Power.
attuned to the power of the amulet, but you have not attuned to my power.
Well,
Allow me in. I can help. Accept me.
see, here's the thing. Last time I had someone in my dream, they stole a bit of my hair, and I found out later that it was a bad person. So you can understand why I'm a bit hesitant to accept the help or word of someone in my dreams, correct?
I am not evil. Accept my power. Take my power and win this fight. Or don't and fail.
Well, I have just made the decision a bit harder. Okay. Can I ask you what would happen if I accept your power? Like, I'm not gonna die, correct?
You will not die from this.
I will not die from this. Okay. Is anything negative gonna happen to me or any of my group members?
No, I will help you to the best of my ability.
Okay.
You might notice that I have a rather high stake in succeeding in stopping the plans of the person who killed me.
This is true. This is very true. But okay.
Accept my power or give it to someone else who will.
So, just to review. You promise me I'm not gonna die, nothing bad will happen to me or any of my group members, and if I do accept your power, I will win, or me and the group will end up being successful in our goal of stopping the death curse.
Papazotl will do everything in his power to ensure that you succeed.
I might regret this later, but I also might regret it if I don't. So you know what? Fine. I will accept your power. But if I find out that this is going to come back and bite me in the ass, you are going to get words from me, sir.
You will be hearing plenty from me, don't worry. He
Okay, beautiful.
flaps his wings and stabs into his beak into the center of your chest where the amulet sits.
Frickin' ow.
And his form shimmers and just disappears into you. And you can still hear his voice ringing in your ears. Where is it? There it is. What is it that he says?
I don't know what he says. Part of me is scared for what he says.
He says to you... You will do as I command.
And that is...
You now have the following power.
Okay.
You can't be surprised.
Oh, that's lovely.
You gain advantage on all wisdom checks.
Thank God my wisdom is shite.
And you can never take damage from falling while Papazotl's spirit inhabits you.
I'm liking this.
However,
Oh.
there is a flaw.
Oh God, what is the flaw?
While Papazotl inhabits you,
Mm-hmm.
you now live by this flaw. I bow before no one and expect others to do as I command.
Wait, question. Is Seraphine still kind of, like, she can still, like, speak for herself to a degree and,
Yep.
like...
You
Okay.
you are
And she
still
has her own-
Seraphine, you still do exactly what you would normally do. It's
Okay.
just now that you also have the flaw that you expect others to do as you command, and you bow to no one.
Well, it's a good thing that Papa Zeltel chose to join me after I bowed to that. Oh wait, bowed to... Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it now.
Okay, are you ready to wake up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wake up. Is she
Some
getting
bullshit like that. They return now.
Dragonbait and Philippe's watch has passed quietly. They are playing a game of cards as you wake up.
Seriously, guys, cards! They're supposed to be on watch.
I want to imagine
Yeah.
that just as as we wake up,
That's nothing.
it's just as Dragonbait loses a game, and
Is-
he gets really angry and just like trying to fucking throws the cards.
Philippe just... What? Nothing happened.
Yeah, what you don't realize is that they're actually playing with the deck of many things.
Actually, I think Dragonbait would be very good at poker because it's unreadable.
Oh my
Well,
God.
unless you know the smells.
You would have to know the smells.
Yeah, but he can choose to be angry at something and then he fucks over.
This is true.
You just imagine him playing a game of cards. He's just spraying himself with cologne all the time.
Romance says Dragonbait.
Smell of deceit.
Dragonbait always loses a game because his smell gives it away. Also, apparently, Sammy, you're going to be a cleric in the next game.
No, I was just reading Renana's cleric features.
Oh.
So many cool things I could have used already and didn't because I didn't know they were there.
Anyway.
Just me getting invisible for some reason.
You all come to consciousness, those of you that were asleep. It is now morning in the tomb.
Question, John.
Yes.
Since with the time we met Briar and Talon, would we know-ish that we dreamt of Briar and Talon?
You would know that you dreamt what you dreamt the previous night, yes.
So that means we kind of know the fact that they knew us, but we didn't know them.
Yes, you now realise why they knew you.
Ah,
Well, that makes a lot more sense now.
What makes a lot more sense.
yeah.
Kind of looks at Theodas and looks at Riordan. You guys dreamt it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys have weird dream as well?
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
these ball things.
Very ugly thing is, and I couldn't shoot anything for some reason. No,
we know that
use-
reason.
No, use my wild shape for some reason.
There was an edgelord in a hood and a little girl.
Oh, you guys didn't have the same dream that I did then.
Did you dream of a little girl and a hooded guy?
No, I dreamt that I was standing in a river before a giant bird god. And I accepted his power.
An edgelord and a
He's
little
now
girl.
And I think he's now inside me.
What's an edgelord?
Disconcerting.
Um,
Does anyone have to do surgery?
Before noticing Romance questions and just looking at Seraphine and be like, so you got so many magic shit on you, and now you got a god inside you? Is that what
Wait.
you're saying?
Does that mean you're pregnant?
No,
I've heard of pregnancy. I don't
I
know
don't
what it
think.
You are not
And-
pregnant. You hear a voice in your head, Seraphine.
Okay,
And
Papa Zolta just told me I'm not.
Wait,
So-
you hear voices as well?
What Papa Zook said what?
Papa Zoltal, you know, the bird god? The one who got
The
screwed
one
over?
we
the-
raided his tomb.
Yeah, you know this amulet? Apparently it's his, and to, fully get the, benefits of it, I needed to accept him inside me, so now he's kinda in my head.
Oh, I'm not alone anymore.
I'm just saying, when a guy says that he'll give you stuff if you accept him inside you, I'm not going to go any further with it.
I didn't mean like that.
But you had the voices in your head.
Well, I have a voice,
Oh, happy
But-
days.
yes.
Finally, someone like me.
We are
I should
nothing
warn you
like
guys.
him.
I am nothing like you, apparently.
that's a hard response.
Did it get shadier in here?
Okay. I should warn you guys that I have to do as he commands sometimes, and so do you guys apparently, and
Fuck
I
that.
can't bow to any
I-
of you.
I question why we have to do stuff.
Safe, what do you think on this?
I don't know. It's what he said.
I
But on the
think
upside, apparently I can fall and not get hurt. So that's cool.
Let's
I-
test it to the moon.
I think any help in a storm is a good one.
So
Oh yes, but this whole having to do whatever he says. I mean, that sounds to me like giving over to what Corley's asking all the time.
And more importantly, aren't these gods known as the trickster gods?
Well, I mean, that's what he said the disadvantage was. But he said I don't get hurt if I fall. What was the other stuff he said?
You can't be surprised.
Yeah. No
Uh,
one can surprise me.
Technically, Maddie, if you look in the Chapter 5 player handouts, under Trickster Gods of Omu handouts, you will now have access to the Papazotl Spirit handout.
Papazotl spirit handout. I see. Okay.
You can't be surprised, you gain advantage on all wisdom checks,
That was the other thing.
and you can never take damage from falling as long as Papazotl Spirit resides within you.
Yeah.
Well,
The downs.
roommate.
So basically, what happened is you had a Mufasa moment appeared in the sky and said he lives in you.
Remember who you are.
Romad asks, can you actually talk to this god bird thing?